If you're new to the channel, my name's Dino, this is my partner Adam, and our fur baby Twyla. We love travelling in our Ford Transit camper van, travelling in our Jimny and doing tent camping, and occasionally staying at an Airbnb. So if you like free camping, paid camping, camping tips and tricks, camp cooking ideas, and the good old country bakery, you've come to the right channel. So if you like what you see, press the subscribe button and come with us as we travel Australia one town at a time. Now let's get into this episode. On this week's episode, we are in Inglewood and we've been wanting to come here for a little while now because we've driven through this town probably twice now.
Yeah, a few times. We've kept thinking the building's interesting, and we've seen 3 or 4 vintage stores.
Yeah, I think 4.
5 actually.
Yeah,
in this town.
quite a few. So if you like vintage shopping, of going to vintage stores or even just looking around, you're going to love this place, and including old buildings. So let's get out and start taking a look around town. First stop in the street, the main street. Here we are, and we think they're chickens or some sort of chickens. I'm sure you can comment down below if you know what types they are. There's so many of them. Look at this. They must be for sale, I'd assume. And there's so many. And then there's a few more on this side. Look at this. They seem pretty happy to come up and say hello. And considering Twyla's right there, Twyla doesn't even care. I don't know, normally she would bark, wouldn't she?
Yeah.
But I can see in the distance there is an antique shop, and then there's a cafe next door. We are hungry, and we are here to check out all these antique stores, so we'll go have a look. Oh, what's
fresh
that?
eggs, $5 for a dozen. That's good.
Ah, so you can go in and get some eggs. Oh, I might have to come back and get some eggs. $5 a dozen. Not bad. This looks like it's going to have some really cool things inside. And let's go inside and take a look. Hopefully let Twyla in. Well, I just found out that this store is 160 years old. Woo! It's set up almost like a grocery store. It does have a motorbike museum somewhere in here. I've got to look for that. And yeah, it has plenty of 70s retro items and stuff that you'd find back in the day in your house. You'll see so many familiar things. Check out this washing machine. My nan had something similar in her house, and it even had the ringer at the top. I don't know if that's what you call it, but we'll just call it a ringer. Then also, check out this TV. They've even got a full shop of vintage clothing. So you've got a fair few rooms you can explore. But this one's all ladies wear. Look at this. Talk about nice and bright. All right, now Adam's going to buy a motorbike. What do you reckon, Adam? This is cool. What's this one?
Well,
display only.
Is that a display?
Yeah, it's like a little barbecue. And then over here, they've got a motorbike. Check this out. Look how cool that looks. And they've got all old leathers for sale. Look at these. Look at these kids' leather jackets, Adam. Oh my God, that is so cute. And they have leather tops, jackets. They've got these old, they look like they're from the German War. Old bike helmets. So it's an assorted range of motorbike memorabilia. Oh, now guys, if you comment down below if you remember the old Chico poster in the old fish and chip shop. Check that out. Now there's a bit of history for you. And we've got more vintage, what would you call this? Cookware and crockery. Check this out. I remember my auntie, my nan had these. I think even my mum had these. If you like motorbikes, I think you'll definitely like this place. Got plenty of photos on the wall that you can check out. And then over here we've got a whole heap of more kitchen plus just kind of odds and ends, but really interesting. Look at the old irons. You have an old iron there. So now this is the part of the store that looks like it's back when it was a grocery store. Look at this, you got all the different tins. Oh, there's even rolling pins, canned food, You name it, they've got it. If you wanted to deck out a place with all old vintage things, definitely the place to come. Look at these axes. I wouldn't mind buying one of these. What do you reckon, Adam? Our first visit?
Yeah, it's a nice display.
It's really good, isn't it? Plenty of things. So yeah, if you're after anything vintage, they're going to probably have it here. And they let Twyla in, which is even better. Well, that was fantastic. We're going to keep walking along the street, seeing what else we can find. But we just found the old butcher's, which has been boarded up. And look at the painting they've painted. How cute does this look? It's got all the dogs. This one's stealing sausages. And these ones are looking in the window up at all the food. I'm sure Twyla would be doing the same if this was a real butcher's. But I just think that is so cute. So they've painted that up. The butcher looks angry while they're redeveloping. All right, we've got art now. We're at Bill Offord Studio. So this is some of his artwork. And then they've got some of these awesome sculptures as well. Guess what? We've got another vintage shop. Yes. And I like this one because it has a little friend out here with a watering bowl. So they put that out for our furry friends. Hey, Twyla. That looks pretty cute. So we're going to go and have a look. One thing I love about this town is that if you are into buying vintage, you can come to the one town and you've got a whole heap of shops to go through. I did find something that reminded me of my past. Me and my sister had a Martika record. Check this out. Here's another one, Sharp's Bazaar, Old Wares. This is now the third shop we've come into. This one has beautiful buntings. They've got a lot of furniture, but then also on that furniture, they've got a lot of items that you can buy, heaps of clothing. I even love checking out the old buttons. It reminds me of going to my nan's house. She always had a button tin. Comment down below if your grandparents had a button tin or if you had one yourself. All right, for lunch, we've decided on CAF 3517. This is their menu on the wall. So they have breakfast all day and then they've got a lunch menu also. So we've got an hour left of their lunch time and then they're closing. So we'll better hurry up and order. All right, so with this place, they've got quite a bit of indoor seating and then they've got outdoor seating. They've got 1, 2 and 3 pretty big tables. So we're just going to be sitting outside eating and they've even got a bowl out here for Twyla for water. And we've both ordered a burger each. So we'll tell you what they are when they come out. And, oh God, that's loud. And Adam might go in and get himself a dessert for later because they looked really good. Right, so I ended up getting the crispy chicken burger. So that's it there. And it's just salting our chips we got to share. And then what did you get, Adam? If you move your hand.
Pulled pork. A pulled pork burger.
So that's Adam's pulled pork burger and 1 chip. And Twyla, I don't know what she's having, but she's under there. Well, that was delicious. And we're just across the road because I wanted to check out the local butchers. We've got some really good deals on. So if you stay in the night and you want to have a barbecue, they have different packages if you want to take some of this home as well. But it's got $35 packages, $65 packages. You'd want to have a big fridge for this one, $115 package. And this is called the Fat Butcher. And I like this sign here. Just have a read of that. But they're closed at the moment, so we're a bit late. But I think this would be definitely a good place to get a barbecue for the night. If you want to know why this meat tastes so good, it's actually aged. So if you read this sign, it tells you why it tastes so good. The building the butcher's in used to be the Bank of Victoria. It's a very pretty building and it's on the corner. So I'll stand on the other side of the road and I'll show you. All right, we're just doing a little bit of a walk now to walk off our lunch. What did you find, Adam?
Sir Reginald Ansett was born in this town.
Oh, he was born here.
The Ansett Airlines.
Oh, good old Ansett. There you go. Got a monument here. Looks like it's to do with mining in the area. And this little sign just here says 150th year anniversary of discovering the gold in Inglewood. So there you go. And then it's got some photos. They've actually done the photos on tiles so they won't discolour. And has a few different stories. Got photos of the mines, the miners. This looks like it wasn't too long ago. And look at those explosives. And then look at this. Oh wow, look at this piece of gold. So yeah, this all on here. And then on the wall behind is someone panning for gold. And then you got looks like a mining, I'm not even going to try to say what that is. And then on the back also it's got more stories, photos that you can check out. Also, they've got on this building here, which you can look inside, and it has some bits and pieces from the past to look at. But it has here the floods of Inglewood, 2011. So not long ago. And look at this. And a bit more information up here also about it. Also, it looks like we might have come across the town hall. What a beautiful town hall if it is. And I've just noticed too that just over here there's a spot you can charge your electric car if you're in town. You want to charge up. And now we're just at the front of the building. Gorgeous building. And what brought us down this street besides this beautiful building, Adam wanted to check out this house behind us. Look at this. What a gorgeous building. Tomorrow morning I'm going to get up early, go for my morning walk, and I'm going to do you can do a building, like a tour around. We've got a self-guided map that I can have a look at and tells me where the buildings are, the year they were built. So I'll do that in the morning, but I think I've just got a sneak peek. Looks like Adam might have found a bit of history on the wall over here, so we'll go check that out and see what it says about this beautiful building. Okay, so this is the history here. So it was actually 3 blocks of land, and the guy that owned the local bottle shop, see, that'll get you rich. He got this built for all his children, so many children, and yeah, so it is still here today. So the actual house itself was built in, I think it's 1881. And yeah, so it's huge, beautiful house. Adam and I just realised we've watched a documentary on this exact house. I'll have to see if I can find the documentary tonight. We're at the Caravan Park and tell you which one it is, because it was really interesting, and they've done up inside, and all I remember is they had the stairwell, they painted it, this beautiful painting all the way up the stairwell. It's really unique, so I'll look for it and see if I can tell you which documentary it is. All right, so here we are out the front of this beautiful house, and we've just run into the owner, Lisa. And what's Lisa doing? She's in the bush picking olives, and I thought I'd ask her, and we're going to help her pick some olives for payment for getting some information off her about her house. You're picking olives. I'm not. I'm holding the camera. I'm being lazy. So tell us just a tiny bit about your place. Your awesome place. When did you purchase it?
We purchased it in 2011, and it was a decrepit wreck. But it had terrific bones. So, beautiful old house. It was advertised as a renovator's delight on three levels, not including the cellar. So, of course, we thought 3 stories, not including the cellar, but no, it's 3 levels.
Right.
But when we got it, there were 2 single power points.
Wow.
So we had to go around with heaps of cords and upstairs there was just 1 electric light. So we were literally people with lanterns, you know, walking around.
A health and safety
We survived.
dream.
Yeah,
But you got through it.
It was camping inside.
Yeah, wow, that's what we do every week. So,
But you mean to camp.
yeah.
At least we had 4 walls.
You're incidental.
But there were bees inside, there were mice, there were apparently ghosts. Yeah, it was.
Do you still have ghosts?
Apparently so.
Yes.
Some people have said they've seen them, but I
Haven't come across one yet.
No.
No. And where can people watch your documentary on your
Well,
house?
I'm glad you asked that.
Yes.
It is on ABC iView. So, so ABC iView Restoration Australia. Episode number 1, Series 7.
Oh, there you go.
That's your favourite number 7.
Yeah, it is. See? All right. Well, we should stop being... Oh, well...
No, you can pick some more.
Yeah, I know. I've got to pick some more olives. But thanks for having a chat to us.
Oh, sure.
And we'll definitely have to go back and watch that again.
Exactly so. And I'll have to watch your YouTube channel.
Yes, thank you.
And you'll have to tell me what it is.
Yeah, and you'll have to subscribe.
Exactly so. Well, a lot of have-tos.
Well, I probably won't unless I start picking these olives.
Yeah.
Just doing a great job. There is so many olives on this tree. And what are they going to do, Adam?
She's going to press them and make olive oil.
Yes, she's gone inside to check on some cooking or something. And so we said we'd stick by and keep adding to the pile. Look at all this. Look at all them. And hopefully we can make her proud. All right, we're just walking back to the van and we just come across this awesome car. Look at that. Very old school. Love it. All right, we're back to the van, but we parked next to this place and we haven't been inside yet, so I might go in and take a look. Looks very interesting. Now, this is our 4th vintage shop, and this one was a little bit different. It felt like going to your grandparents' house and going through their garage with all their bits and pieces. It even had a car in there. Check out this car. That'd be worth a bit of money. So yeah, you just go through, potter around and check it all out. All right, so we've made it to the Caravan Park, which is just at the end of the main street. It's Inglewood Motel and Caravan Park. We've just parked the van, so I thought I'll take you a tour of the Caravan Park and show you some of the facilities. All right, so this is the motel here. So if you don't have a van, you want to stay here, they do have the motel at the front of the Caravan Park. Now, it is pet friendly and they do have a dog wash. So if you need to wash your pooch, you can do it just like this guy's doing. Now, this is a bit of fun. They do have birds here in an aviary. Look at these birds. How beautiful are they? So nice and colourful. And you can walk right through and see all different coloured birds. There's budgies. And, there's some even flying above me. How awesome is that? Hello. And we'll keep walking through. So this is all in the Caravan Park. Look at this. How awesome is this? Oh, I didn't bring Twyla with me, lucky, because I think she would probably be barking right about now. Oh, look, I feel like I'm on a farm now. They've even got these guys here. Hello. Not scared of people, I think, because they're looking for a feed, to be honest. Aren't you guys? Looking for something to eat? Your little undercover area here, if you just want to set up and maybe cook dinner undercover with the light under there. And then over here, you do have some ensuite sites. There's a few of these scattered around the park. So you got one there and one there. And then you got your powered sites as well, as you can see. And just outside the camp kitchen, you got a nice large table. And you can even play a game of chess. Right, now let's head into this camp kitchen. Looks pretty big. All right, now we're in the camp kitchen, which has a few barbecues, microwave tables, fridge, everything that you would expect in a camp kitchen. But as a little bonus, on those cold nights, check this out. They've got this room set up. That has pool table. You got, what do they call them? A foosball table, I think they call them, or something. You can watch a DVD. You got books. Huge couch for a big group of people. And they've even got a stage if you want to get up and do a performance for everyone. And over here they've got ping pong. plenty of rackets. So yeah, it's just an awesome area. I'm right in the middle. You can sit by the fire. How's that? A fun, cool place to come to on a cold night with all your friends. How good's that? I do also have a dump point for you. I almost feel like I'm at a farm stay when you got chickens, horses at the back of the park, and even some sheep. So feels like you're at a farm stay. And look, here they all come. I've got the sheep walking over here. I've got the horse walking over here. Here's a beautiful horse. Hello. What are you doing? You want a carrot? And then there's another one in the background there. How awesome is that? Nice, clean, modern toilets and showers. This is our site. We're on site number 36. And we're just right at the back of the park, over near the sheep and horses. Now, the only thing I didn't show you was the laundry, but at the moment someone's using it, so I thought I'd better not go in there. But anyway, so we're just going to settle in for the night. I've got something I'm going to whip up tonight in the air fryer. So if you've got a powered site, something really quick and easy to make and something a bit delicious. I've partly cooked some of this at home, what I'm making, and then I'll finish it off here. And also I've got some beautiful chicken wings to go with it. So let's get that on soon. Otherwise, we're just gonna have a bit of a chill out now. Adam and Twyla have decided to have a bit of a sleep. So I've cracked a beer and I'm gonna sit out here and watch the horse and the sheep. And then I'll turn around a bit soon, I reckon, because that sun is going down and hopefully we get a really nice sunset. I've come inside now. It is freezing outside and I'm going to get dinner on. So let me show you what I'm cooking for us tonight. So I picked up a bag of these from Aldi. We're going to cook them last in the air fryer. But before we cook them, and we're going to have them separate because these will go cold by the time I cook what I'm about to cook. So I've got potatoes here and we're going to have basically like a roasted potato, baked potato in the air fryer. But what I've done is I've slightly boiled them last night. I've just boiled them up in some water and they're semi-soft, and then I'm going to crush them in some of this baking paper. So these you can get from Coles. I think Woolies would sell them too. We've used them in an episode before. I'm just going to squash them, maybe 3 or 4 of them on here. So we'll have one of these each. And I'm just going to spray them with some oil. And also on mine, I'm going to put some salt and pepper. And I might even sprinkle a little bit of garlic powder. Adam probably won't have the garlic powder. I don't know. I've got to ask him. And he's all rubbed up. Adam, are you having garlic powder?
I'll have a dash.
Okay. And Twyla's eaten dinner, so she's done and dusted. And then after we bake them, then we'll get them back out. And then I've grated some cheese. I cooked up last night. I've caramelized some onion. And also I've cooked up bacon last night. So I've pre-done all this. So it's just quick and easy. So we'll sprinkle whatever we want. So we'll do one at a time. We'll have one of these each. Sprinkle our toppings on, put them back in, cook those up. And then I've got some jalapenos and some sour cream just to top it off. All right, let's get this started. So I've got my potato, I've got something under here, I've got my plate, and I'm literally got a fork and I am going to squash. So like so. So you can see that, just nice and squashed. And then just leave that because I'm hoping these will crunch up a bit. So I'm going to do another one. And then I'll do my last one. Oh. They went flying. I'm just going to lightly spray them. Like so. A little bit of cracked pepper. A little bit of salt. And a tiny sprinkle of garlic powder. Okay, so I've got them in there. And we'll get this thing started, bit of power, and I'll probably put it onto the chips and just press go. All right, so Adam's revealing his potatoes, all nice brown and crisp. And then this is when you pop your toppings on, and then we're going to pop it back in to melt the cheese and warm the bacon and the onion up. So there's no particular order, put on however or whichever way you want. Adam's putting his cheese on first, then he's going his bacon, and then the onions. Oh, and there's his little secret. Then he's topping that with more cheese.
Oh, just a little
very
bit.
clever. Oh, and he's even going the jalapenos. They're gonna burn. Okay, and then in it goes again. And whilst we wait, of course, Twyla needs her cheese tax. There's your cheese tax.
Well, that's better.
All right. Oh, that looks good. Okay. So pretty much all that's left to go on it now is whatever sour cream you want to have. But that looks good. He wanted it nice and toasty. It looks like that's what you've got. What do you reckon, Adam? Does it look good?
Yeah, it looks like Mexican.
Looks like Mexican.
Nachos.
Yeah, it does. It does look like nachos. We have done nachos in there as well before. But that looks so good. Okay, Adam, give us your verdict. This was a team effort here.
Yeah. Oh,
Well, I just got it ready and pre-cooked stuff, and then you put your toppings on. So, what do you reckon?
Yeah, that's really good.
It's a good idea, isn't it? A good one for winter. If you're with a lot of people.
I met a lot of people. It's going to be a lot of waiting for people.
Oh, yeah. Because it took to cook that up. It was about
10 minutes.
10 minutes
So if you're
to
waiting
do
for
Adam's.
6 people, they're going to wait. The last person eats an hour later.
Yeah. Maybe just chuck them in a fire if you're going to have them. But for a couple of people, it's a nice quick meal. So I'm going to enjoy mine, I know that. Okay, now it is my turn, and I've gone a little bit cray-cray with the old jalapenos. Look at them. Okay, some good news. The TV is working without putting the antenna up. I love that. So that way I don't have to worry about putting it down in the morning. Twyla's watching Hunger Games. And these are how mine turned out. Look at this. I went, like I said, a bit cray-cray on the jalapenos, but this looks so good, and I'm looking forward to eating it. Alright, so we're just taking Twyla for her toilet run. It is freezing. We've got our big jackets on to take her. Here she is. But, oh, God, it's so cold tonight. How'd you go, Adam, outside?
How'd we go?
It's kind of like our very first proper winter night, isn't it?
Yeah,
Not that it's winter, but
no,
cold night.
Yeah, it's our first cold night.
Yes.
Autumn.
Twyla's all right now. She's been to the bathroom, so she's happy.
Heaters on.
Heater's on, so that's good. And hopefully now we can slowly warm back up. Yes, from the frost. All right, we've had a big day. We're going to head to bed. But if you're wondering about the chicken, we didn't end up eating it. The potatoes were so filling that we didn't need to even cook the chicken. So we'll save that for when we head home. So now, let's go to bed. Good night. Good night, Twyla. Okay, I'm up. I've had a great sleep. Adam and Twyla are still in bed. I'm out with the sheep. I'm going to head into town now. Now, the town's only 1k away. I've got my map here that we picked up yesterday. And some of these buildings we've already seen. But it shows you pictures of the buildings. And it has the number. And then it tells you a little bit about the history of the buildings themselves. So that's what I'm going to go do now. Plus, of course, I'm going to go get myself a coffee before I come back and wake Adam and Twyla up. Listen to these sheep. They're having a good old bar. Now you're in the country now. The start of the main street, and they've got this sign here for Sir Ansett. We saw information about him yesterday, and they just got a big sign here because they're quite proud of what he achieved. He must have passed in 1981. One of the first things you'll come across when you walk into town is this metal garden sculpture. We'll call it a shop, but it's in front of a house. You can buy firewood from here. They have $15 a bag, unless it goes up in price, but $15 a bag. How awesome is that? And you can have fires up. You just got to ask the owners, because I think you might have to keep it contained. But so you might have to bring your own fire pit. But yeah, $15 for 20 kilo bag. Plus also they have some really awesome garden sculptures. So I'll show you some of them. And all you do is ring the bell if you want assistance. So there's your 20 kilo bags, $15. I might even come back and get some of that to take home with me. And then these are some of the metal sculptures they've got. We've got something similar at our house, Adam and I, but not made of barbed wire. Yeah, they've got quite a few different. Look at these, they look like birds, but they're made with picks. This is quite a variety of different sculptures and bench seats. But yeah, they're all pretty cool. I like them. Now, besides having my information sheet, they do have a few signs like this in town. This is a photo of the town in 1879. You can see that building there. Now, it doesn't have the veranda anymore, but if I look up, so that's it there. So we'll head over and take a look at it. What an absolutely stunning building. And this is just the start of it. There are so many beautiful buildings in this town. 1860 it's got off the top, and it is still a stunning building today. Now, if you're wondering what the building was, even without getting my piece of paper out with the information on it, it just tells you here. And so originally it was built in 1860, then it was damaged, and then they rebuilt it again, so years later. So there's the information there. And they've even got a little bit extra information that one of the locals must have put it up. So this is the gentleman here who designed the building. He's had his 100th anniversary since he passed. He was from Germany, and look at all the different towns that he designed buildings for. All the beautiful towns that we go to and admire and we love visiting, and he is responsible for a lot of the buildings. Now, before I go any further in town, I should show you this. So this is what we picked up. It has all the numbers, all the old photos of the town, and then on the back it has the map. So it's pretty much all in the one street. It's a great morning walk. And then you got a few in this back street, which I'll do on the way back. But otherwise, yeah, they're all there, and it has your list of the different names of the buildings. And just like you just seen, they do have the plaques, the blue plaques on their buildings. So it gives you a rundown on when it was built, who built it, or a bit of the history about it. Also, just in case you run out of anything, they do have an IGA in this town, and along the wall, if you go along, they do have some information boards about different locals from the town that you can read about and learn the history. Alright, I can see that the bakery's open. I'm going to head in there and grab myself a coffee, and I'm sure Adam will want to come back here to grab himself something to eat for breakfast, so I'll go on and get a bit of a sneak peek. Well, the coffee is really good, so I'm enjoying that. And just behind me, that's the butchers that we saw yesterday, and across the road from that is the old Royal Hotel. So that's one of the buildings here, and then you've got this one here. I'll turn the camera around and I'll check out what this building was. And then this is the State Savings Bank. And then we've got two different hotels next to each other. I'm really liking the Pelican Hotel. I just like the work on it, the brickwork. Just makes it look so more dainty. Now, if you want to stop and have a read about the Pelican Hotel, there's the information there. And it looks like it might be privately owned now. What a beautiful building. I love these doors, love the windows. Look at the detail above the windows. Then lastly, on the edge of town, we've got the Empire State Hotel. And we'll turn back around and we'll head back. But I just noticed on the Pelican Hotel building, they've got a billboard on the side. Look at that, the old billboard Pelican Hotel, and then Melbourne Bitter. You know, I'm just walking back the chickens that we ran into when we first got into town yesterday. They're all having a feed. I won't go through every single building, but you can see where there is old and then where there is new. I've just come across this lane, and then I'm looking down the lane. I'm thinking it's cute, but I mean, there's not much here. I'm like, what's so special about it? And then if you look up here, you can see all these buildings which are not here anymore. So these all got burnt down in the fires in 1862, and it just tells you the story why this lane is called what it is called. It goes back to England. And it's basically a walkway through to the courts. But they used to have their post office and a few other buildings here. But you can read all that here. So I might walk through now. And that has brought me through to the town's post office. So this one looks like it was built in 1883. There was one that was here beforehand, but then this one was built. Look at this gorgeous building behind. That is absolutely stunning. I like that. I don't know what style this is of building. Adam would know. He's very good at that. Actually, there is a sign over here. Let me have a look. So the house used to be where the blacksmiths stood in the 1880s. Then it was knocked down, and then in the 1920s, then it was built for Dr. Bill, who had his surgery here, doctor's surgery. And then the look of the house has got a bit of a Spanish flair. So you can see that Spanish. So yeah, you can see all the... I didn't quite know where they were getting the inspiration for this, but yeah, it must be Spanish. All right, I've just gotten back to the caravan park and I was a bit late. It's 10 o'clock. Adam's up, but he's up. And I've just packed the van. Adam's just washing his face. Twyla's trying to get out. She's already been for a toilet run, but she's trying to get out again. But yeah, we're going to pack up here and then head back into town. All right, we're back at the Cafe and Bake House. Go in and get the menu. Adam and Twyla have got to sit out the front. All right, what did you get, Adam? Toast with no butter? No, I'm joking.
Bacon, egg, toasty.
Bacon, egg, toasty. Which can't see it on there, but it's in there. And then check this out. Look at mine. Mine's a basic breakfast. Doesn't look too basic. So it comes with a tomato, bacon, obviously egg. This looks good. And then we got takeaway coffees just in case we're not here long enough to finish them off. We can take them on our walk.
Is she always struggling?
Oh yeah, it's looking a bit sad. We've got to do some repairs. Look at it, Adam. It's a little bit broken.
So we've got to tape that back on.
Okay, breakfast was delicious. And Adam couldn't help himself. He's gone in to get some desserts to take home. We're not going to have them now, but I'll show you what we got. All right, you'll have to tell me what I got. I heard the lady say that they were all cooked.
It's all the homemade. Yeah.
All homemade? Oh, wow, yeah, they do look homemade and they look awesome.
Apple turnover, Claire and caramel sauce.
What makes it apple turnover?
Because the pastry's turned over on top of it.
Ah. Oh, look at this.
This is an experiment.
Oh, wow. Oh, I don't mind an experiment.
I'm not going to poison
What's the experiment? What is it? All right.
Oh, okay.
All right, there you go, Adam. Look at this. We've been spoilt, Twyla.
I'll sit down with this.
All right, let's sit down and have a taste of this.
It's fresh out of the oven.
Yeah, it's gonna be hot. I might have to wait till it cools down.
So this will be custard.
Looks like custard. It looks like a donut mixture. Donut.
Okay. Bottoms up.
Oh, it's really hot. I don't know how you're eating it. Okay, Adam's had a taste now. What do you reckon?
You're really good.
You have to find out. Everyone will have to come here to see if they've got them.
Maybe they'll call it a custard donut.
A custard donut?
Or a custard... I don't know.
Yeah, I reckon it's a crispy custard donut. That's what I'll call it.
Yeah.
Stuffed donut. Well, that was delicious. And what we just ate was an Italian dessert from a little town in Italy. We meet Vic, the owner. He's a great guy. Come down and support his business. We're giving the King Dino's thumbs up. We love their food. Their coffee is brilliant. He's originally from Melbourne. That's probably why. And we've popped one of our King Dino stickers, QR codes on the front. So support them, support us by tagging us in as well. And would love to see your pictures if you do come past and see if the sticker's still in the window.
And get some desserts.
And get some desserts. Of course, Adam's got to mention desserts. And hopefully they've got the one we just had next time you're here. And here it is here. So you can come along and scan the QR code, get a photo, and support the local business.
So we're at the Inglewood Eucalyptus Museum. Say
All right.
that 10 times fast.
And we're doing the tour, and we're
Yeah,
going to
dog
a guided tour, and just ask to bring your dog in because they're not doing food at the moment. But normally, you probably wouldn't be able to bring Twyla in, is that right?
That's right.
When they're doing food. So, but because they're not, we're allowed to.
These are the vats. Now, when we go outside, you'll see the real big vats. The Yuki leaves from the blue mallee Yuki, which is the two trees you can see just outside the window here. The leaves are cut off, put into the vat. A lid goes on the vat, and we're using an electric boiler over here to put steam through it. The steam will go in the bottom, come up through the leaves, and that will take the globules of oil that are in the leaves out into the steam. The steam will then come through that white pipe and down this copper tube. The water running down there, as the steam goes through the copper tubes, is condensed.
Yeah.
So it goes from steam to water and then comes out down the bottom here. And with water and oil, the oil is lighter than water, so it separates, and the oil then comes to the top. These were the original vats they were using. The pier down there, you can see how deep they actually were.
Oh, wow. Huge. Yeah. They go right down.
So what they do, going back in the old days, they'd go out, the leaf would be cut by hand, and then put onto a horse and dray, brought back here, put into the vat, and then the guys would actually get in the vat, jump on it, until it was packed really hard. They would then use the crane over there and put a lid on it. You can see.
So is this the big heavy lids?
Yep.
Yep.
Then they would pack clay, mud around the lid to seal it so the steam didn't escape, and then the boiler over here, which is what they would fire from the scrap Yuki after they take it, the old stuff after they take it out.
Wow.
And this boiler was made in Ballarat. It was then used, and I think in one of the gold mines or something in Ballarat, and it then went to Mildura and came down here. So it's done a fair bit of
trouble.
It's been around.
a bit like me.
All right, Adam's found his favourite board in this place because he loves...
You underestimate what you can use it for, and you forget as well. There's a whole...
So they got a board
stack of
here
reasons.
showing what it's handy for. You wanted to use it, where was that on here? It says something about using it to get rid of bugs or flies.
Yeah,
or...
I read somewhere in here that gets insects away. So I think
insects.
you always get spiders around your house because of Twyla.
Yeah, right. And even dog shampoo, I didn't know that. So after you have your tour, you can walk around and read all these information boards. They do have a few spots where you can watch a video, you put the headphones on and get some more information. So there's plenty to read, so you can take your time, and hopefully soon they'll have the cafe open again, and so you'll be able to come in here and grab yourself a coffee while you're here. Here's some of the bottles you used to see the products in, and I remember seeing some of these in my actual house. Also, after you've done your tour, you can come past and check out all the different products they have. A lot of the products are from the region, so they try to source everything really close by, including stuff that is from this town itself too. So definitely check that out before you leave. So this is what we're looking to get. This is the real deal. This hasn't been taken down to Melbourne to be processed. This is straight from, where was it from? Straight from
Glenelvin Distillery.
Yep, look at that. So we're going to get a bottle of that. And what else have you found, Adam?
Oh, dog wash.
Oh, yeah. There you go, Twyla. Even you're getting something. Now, if you're wondering what product was made in Inglewood itself, is these soaps. And we hear that the Eucalyptus soap is one of the best. So look at that. I might have to get one of those as well. Now, we've left this to last, but I suggest doing this first because they do have the information office here also. So they've got all the brochures that you need to know about what's going on in town. And then also they have the bathrooms here. So if you've travelled far away and you need to use the bathrooms, they've got them here. So a good little place to start your visit in Inglewood. Well, guys, we hope you've enjoyed this episode on Inglewood. We've had a great time here. It's only been a short visit, but it's been a good one. You enjoyed it, Adam?
No, it's been interesting. It's great to meet Lisa. Great to meet
Vic, I think.
at the cafe.
And then we have tour guide
at the Eucalyptus Distillery Museum.
Yeah,
so it's an interesting, informative town.
Yeah, we've been very lucky running into all these locals. If you haven't already, or if you just watched this episode and you're new to our channel, make sure you get down the bottom, like and subscribe, and tell your friends about us. And until next Sunday at 5 p.m,
We'll see you then.
See you, guys.